Okay, so think of it like this way. You can clap with two hands, because the genital to the genital, that's what it was designed. This is why it was made like this. This is why the hands, the male genital area, the female genital area, right? It's together. It's designed for this to be optimal. But, you know, there are other ways to get to where you want to go. You can, like, clap your hands with your forehead. You know, you could use your mouth. You could use oral. You can clap your hands with your feet, right? You can use tools. There's toys out there you can use. But ultimately, it was designed to do this, okay? For today's subject, we're going to talk about she doesn't want sex. She don't want it. Top 3 reasons why women don't or no longer want sex, or the sex is kind of tanking. Top 3 reasons, okay? Number 1, it's not enjoyable, like you get soft. I just made a video about this when you can't get it out. Check out the other videos. I think I'm going to put it on the bedroom skills, his bedroom skills. Check out those videos, because if you are not, like, if it doesn't really get hard or anything, it gets frustrating, and it's just not pleasurable. And then, you know, now you're substituting. But what we're looking for is the maximum amount of intimacy. Segment of 10 minutes of Tantra, where we scour the internet to bring you the latest knowledge on sexual wellness, conscious relating, Tantra, self-improvement, spiritual readings, and more. I'm your host, Tamanna. The genital areas, it's like, okay, so think of it like this way. You can clap with two hands, because the genital to the genital, that's what it was designed. This is why it was made like this. This is why the hands, the male genital area, the female genital area, right? It's together. It's designed for this to be optimal. But, you know, there are other ways to get to where you want to go. You can, like, clap your hands with your forehead. You know, you could use your mouth. You could use oral. You can clap your hands with your feet, right? You can use tools. There's toys out there you can use. But ultimately, it was designed to do this, okay? So while we're getting this together, we have other tools to use to still make it pleasurable. But ideally, you want to do this. So if she is not, let's be real. Is it hard? Is it getting hard like how it used to be? Or is it soft? Is it kind of a challenge? If it is a turnoff for women. The good thing is, that is fixable. One of the reasons why men suffer from ED, which translates to other things down the road, but 75% of it is emotional. So somewhere in the past, there's a blockage that needs to be pulled. So if you have a Tantra practitioner, you have a Reiki person, you have a spiritual guru that you can go to and talk about these issues to get them pulled, so you can go back to the machismo that you were, then let's do that, okay? Then the other percentage of it is physical. So if the physical part is not in line, then let's go to urologists. I mean, let's put on the big boy draws and do what we need to do, because I know you would need to be going to your urologist at the prescribed time, because I want to make sure you are as healthy down there as possible. Just saying. Number 2, your skills suck. There's no other nice way to say that. But what I can say is that too is fixable. There are courses you can take. We're coming out with courses next year for that. Bedroom skills for hubbies, right? Because it's not what you see on these sites out here. It's geared toward every specific woman, right? You have to know your woman. But if they're not giving you in-depth tools, how can you know that? It's kind of like, I'm applying for the job, but they say I want experience, but I'm not going to get experience if they won't hire me to get the experience. So how can I get the experience for the job? You know, it's kind of like, it's a circle, right? But that too is fixable. So if she starts to go down and she's like, it's all right, you know, because the last thing a woman wants to do is tell you. They want to tell you, but not instruct you. Does that make sense? It's the difference if you're like in the mood and be like, oh yeah, right there, right there, right there. Oh, don't move. Versus, okay, a little to the left. Okay, up some. Okay, go back. Okay, right there. When they do tell you, they'll be like, oh, now he does this every time. And it's like, it's not really spontaneous. I'm really seeing like it's more mechanical. It's just not, it kills the mood. And it's just, we want it to flow. We want for him to know what's going on without knowing, which is our fallacy, our fault. I get that to a certain degree. But also at the same time, we want it spontaneous. Like, he must feel the rhythm of my body to know what to do when. And that is where the skills come in. And that is what is coming out next year. So get on the list. Number 2. Number 3 is time. Are you taking the time? Again, we live in a cookie cutter society. Everything is fast. Everything's fast food. I want it now. I just push this button, deliver it to me. I don't want to work. You know, it's more convenient. And sometimes that translates to other areas in their lives. Well, we have to check ourselves. It's like, am I being convenient as a husband? Am I working out from a state of convenience as a wife? Am I working out a state of convenience as a parent? People, you can't put a time frame on people. You can only put a time frame on things. Like, I go to work, I do this task, it takes this amount of time. However, when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with dynamics that you may or may not know about. They may be late because the daycare was late, or the meeting ran late, or they have something that they're dealing with, and you got to catch up and like, hey, how are the kids? And it's not, and well, they might want to eat something really quick, or may have to run an errand really quick. With people, you have to be really flexible with time, and that too translates into the intimacy life. So if you are wanting there's nothing wrong with a quick fix. Nothing wrong with a quickie. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when it's a perpetual quickie, or your expectations is the quickie in the mind and in the subconscious mind, it becomes such a stressful, insurmountable thing that it affects the performance of your member, right? So that's one thing. And 2, women are like boiling water. Boiling water takes time to boil. And a washed pot takes even more time to boil. So how can you as a man make it more interesting for her to be intimate with you? You got to start ahead of time. You can't wait until the situation. There's a book that says 24 hours. I'm wanting to say the whole week. And if you're trying to go from normal, mediocre to VIP, you need to build it into your routine as a couple. Like, this is what I do. I do this to keep her in her feminine energy. That way, when I need closeness and intimacy, she is already in her feminine element and her flower to where she just opens up. Versus you're trying to start something at the time where you're trying to initiate it, and her brain ain't even shut off. The energy hasn't even moved from here down to here when she sees you, because she's still in the analytical mind versus the heart mind. Yes, she may love you, but that's not what's turned on. So to start early, like 24 hours ahead of time, days ahead of time, okay? That includes variation, because, variation is the spice of life, Okay, so what does that mean? That means getting into her love languages. What are her love languages? It's attacking a honey-do list. When you come home, spend the first 20, 30 minutes tending to her. If love language is touch, making sure when you come home, you get a good hug. Good hugs are not like, it's good hug. No, good hugs are help. You feel her release. Feel the tension draining from her body. Feel her melt into you where she feels safe. When you get that, when it comes time for intimacy, it's no brainer, because the conditions were already set, right? And like I said, women are pots, right, of water that need to boil, right? Then that takes about 20 minutes. We're trying to succeed, right? Give you room to succeed, 20 minutes. So you have to include things that build up to the 20-minute mark. Remember I said earlier, people time is different than thing time. And if not, then she's going to feel that same pressure that you did. Because if you're not spending enough time, then she feels like she doesn't feel valued, and she won't relax enough to feel safe around you to fully open. And you will never get to the potential that you could do as a couple if you don't take the time and know that these things take time. So timing. This is just turn off. It's like, it's crazy. It's like he's making it all about him, and it's not enjoyable to me. It's just something to do, like a chore. And when you get to that place, I mean, it sucks. It sucks as a man, because then you are like, wow, I can't even do the basics as a man to please, which is to please this woman. It's timing. You got to put some more flight time in there, okay, if time is your issue. So those are the top 3 things that if she don't want to have sex with you, may want to look at. How soft are you? Are you getting rigid? Skills and time. Alright guys, check out the other playlists and other videos. Give me a comment, hit me a like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if this is resonating with you guys. If not, let's do something else.